Good Sunday morning. As you are comfortable, let's stand and get started. Mr. Matt Devlin. Mr. Matt Devlin is with us in the room this morning. Thank you, Matt. Welcome back. And look who's back. You did know I was gone, right? All right. So here we go. Matt, take it away, buddy.
Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. 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 In this life, in this space, we are love and we are faith. What we know we hold in place. Let me be the first to say, let me be the first to say, welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. 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 Thoughts we hold in our mind, what we seek is what we find. Welcome to humankind, and let me be the first to say, let me be the first to say, welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. Open our way to the power within. One power, one presence. Now we begin. And open our way to the power within. One power, one presence. Now we begin. Let me be the first to say. Let me be the first to say. Let me be the first to say. Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. Bring it down. Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here. 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 Last time. Welcome back, welcome, you are welcome here.
And say good morning to each other. Good morning again. Go ahead and have a seat. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, let's see if I got any chops left in me, if I still know how to do this. I said to Helen, I said, it's sort of like riding a bicycle, isn't it? I mean, I won't forget how to do this on a Sunday morning. She said, well, you might fall off, but but you'll get back up. And what I know is I stand in a room full of people. And it's just not every place in our lives that we can say that we can sit in a room full of people that are here to behold your divinity. How many rooms do you get to do that in? So welcome. Every room. We can see it that way, that everyone in the room is holding our divinity. Yeah. So blessings, my friend. I'm Reverend Penni, honey, for those of you who might not know. And it is my joy. I'm back. Been gone a couple weeks. That was what I was hoping for. Because, you know, I got to tell you, I did watch YouTube. You know, we live stream. Thank you. Hello out there to our YouTubers. Ta-da-da. Thank you for being with us. And they made it look pretty easy. I thought, all right, 2 weeks. That's about the max. I think I can do that. So, thank you. It is my joy to be back. And as we like to remind you here at Unity of Flagstaff, God is too big to fit into religion. So we hold that in the consciousness across the planet. That whatever war, whatever argument, whatever disagreement there is, we know that God is bigger than that. Whatever disappointment, whatever sadness, whatever disconnect you may have in your life, God is bigger than that. And when you can't remember, as a community, we are here to remind you. Take that in. Take a breath. And welcome to Unity of Flagstaff, my friends. It is good to be back. You know, Unity is founded on prayer. Affirmative prayer. For those of you who might not know what affirmative prayer is the practice of seeing the good in any situation and affirming that as the outcome. Affirmative prayer is affirming what is already true about the situation and you. I know. Doesn't that rock? We can thank Myrtle Fillmore for that, one of our co-founders. And here at Unity, we are ready to support you in prayer. We have few ways actually to do that. I have prayer partners in the room that are here to support you in prayer. Look around. I want you to look around and see who these people are. They're here to celebrate with you. They're here to pray with you. They're here to support you. And you can always dial 1-800-NOW-PRAY, which is 669-7729. If you don't have it, get it. Put it on speed dial. That is Silent Unity 24/7. There to support you in affirmative prayer. And we have a prayer box over here. Please feel free to leave your prayers there. Our prayer team, once a week, goes through our prayer list and affirms the good in every condition and in every matter. And we hold that for at least 30 days in prayer. And simultaneously, that is sent to Silent Unity, where it is also held for 30 days. We're talking double dipping here. But that's okay. God's got us, right? That's okay. And you can always call the center here at 928-526-8893. Did I tell you how glad I am to be back? Today's music is sponsored by Katie Pierce and her husband, David. Thank you, Katie and David. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there you go. That's what we like to hear. And you have that opportunity, and if you want it, you can find out about that in the foyer out there to sponsor our music for a Sunday. And as I said, Matt Devlin's in the room. And we say thank you for that. And, Shar, are you doing the opening prayer today? Or am I? Is that just an old slide? Okay, now I'm Shar Snipes. You can? Come on up, darling. See, now look, that's what I'm talking about, somebody that knows how to pray. Okay, I can do that. Come on up here, Shar. We're going to do the opening prayer. Somebody didn't fix the slide. That's it. Send her on vacation and see what happens.
Please join me in prayer. We are grateful and we are blessed to have this connection, this wholeness, and this oneness. We know we are our highest expression, and we know the divine spirit is flowing through all of us. We affirm our divine nature of joy and happiness, and we support each other, knowing that God is in it. Thank you, God, and so it is.
I know. How many spiritual centers do you go to and you clap after prayer? I don't know, but we're one. Thank you, Shar. On the sly, there we go. Look at that. It's Celebration Sunday. Can I say, hoorah? Oh, no, that's your hoorah. Here we go. You guys got a little out of practice, huh? It is Celebration Sunday. And this is the first Sunday of the month. We typically take time to celebrate the special things that happen in our lives, the events, the birthdays, the anniversaries, etc., 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 etc. We also will do gratitudes and prayer requests. But any special celebrations, we'll come around. We've got some roses for you. We'd love to share with you. I'd like to start with the community itself. We have a lot to be grateful for. So, first off is our hardworking leadership, our board members. Do I have any in the room? Would you please stand up? There's Shar again. Thank you for that. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. And there's Gary. Oh, right on cue, dude. All right. Our hardworking leadership, we appreciate you. I know, you don't really see a whole lot of what they do, but they do. And we're grateful for it and their consciousness around it. And then, of course, we have our calendar sponsor for the month, Miss Trina Getz with A+ Tutoring. You can see that calendar back on the wall, and if you're interested in being a sponsor, that'll be popping up here pretty quickly. Don't we start that like in September or around in there? Yeah. So we'll be talking to you about that. It's one of our biggest fundraisers, actually, here in the community, so consider that. All right, we'll be waiting for September. Let me guess. Yeah? Yeah, thank you. And that's a great reminder. Thank you, Michael, because all the photography is actually, it comes from within the community typically, right? Yeah, and then you also have the opportunity to even just sponsor a saying for the month. So last month was July, and mine said, "The world is round, you better be nice." Because that's what Grandma Maine said. And so you get an opportunity to do that, so check that out. I also want to acknowledge, you know what? We joke, and I said, yeah, they made it look really easy those couple weeks I was gone. But you know what? There's a lot that we do around here. There's a lot that I do around here. So when I'm gone, people step in. They volunteer. They step up. And I appreciate that. You know what? It's not community if that's not what we're doing. to support each other and where we're going and how we want to get there and what do we want it to look like, I appreciate that. So anybody that touched anything to help make these services work, raise your hand. There you go. Round of applause. And if you attended while I was gone and while we're here, still here today, a round of applause because you're here. Doesn't do a lot of good to do all that work if nobody's here. So thank you for that. And this quarter, our Helping Hands project is Sunshine. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. And I did. See how powerful I am? Sunshine Rescue Mission, right? That's who we're sponsoring. That's who we're supporting the next quarter. What that means is 65% of our 10% tithe stays local right here and will be given to Sunshine Rescue Mission. We will also be looking for ways to support them with volunteering efforts. So, yeah, I'll be talking to you about that. Sunshine Rescue Mission? Who's asking that? Oh, do you want to tell them who they are? Oh, no, go ahead. Okay, well, they're a rescue mission here in Flagstaff. I don't have all their history. I'm not sure what we're asking me about, but they are a rescue mission that serves the homeless, correct? And they feed. Use your mic. Use your mic.
I don't know that much about them. I saw them on the internet, but they are an organization that helps kids who are homeless graduate high school.
Excellent. That is one of the things that okay, so we're gonna shelve that conversation. But what we know is that they help the homeless here in Flagstaff, and I will get the description that I used to ask the board to consider them. And they were the ones that came through with that idea, and we appreciate them. So thank you for that. And now your celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, good news. What you got? What you got?
I have a client who's been working for the city for a year now, but she spent over a year at Sunshine Rescue Missions getting on her feet. So they get people who are homeless, particularly who have kids, and who they get them on their feet. And they also said they have a regular weekly dinner, and all are welcome to come back and to share how they've done. So.
One of my board members, see there? Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Celebrations.
I have a birthday celebration. My nephew, Hunter, had a birthday yesterday. He turned 11, and he's in the hospital right now. He's not, what a sucky time to have to go to the hospital, but, life happens on life terms. So I just would like to send him some prayers. He's got some stomach issues going on, and they're not really sure why.
All
so
Tell
I'm
us his
celebrating
first name?
his birthday and his beautiful life, and Hunter,
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
And seeing him well.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes, absolutely. So we are holding Hunter in the light. We know perfect healing for him. We also know that he might be able to take advantage of some of that being waited on hand and foot. Not so bad at 11, right? So we're going to see that as part of his experience also. And happy birthday to him. Mm-hmm. Next.
We are Avenel and Jim, and we have been married 8 wonderful, glorious years.
And a happy anniversary. Yeah. That's an accomplishment in my book. Yeah. It's a joy. Thank you for that. All right.
Hi, I want to celebrate a sudden return of feeling competent to, it's been on my to-do list to, it's been on my to-do list to put a new air hose in the compressor. And I've just been avoiding it, and this morning I woke up and it was just the thing to do. So, and I want to thank my late husband for this incredible set of tools that I inherited. And the guys at Cosmic Cycles when I worked there, and my dad for getting me into the mechanics of things. It just felt wonderful to get up there on that ladder and do it.
Marcia, there is so much more being said in that statement than what you're saying. Because we've walked a journey around you, returning to your knowing. And I support you in that. There's not an air hose that you can't handle, darling. You got this. Yeah. Yeah. I know. We're glad about that. All right. Who else?
We have 2 birthdays to celebrate in August. One is our daughter-in-law of 3 years, who we never thought would happen. So we are very grateful for her. And our youngest dog, he's turning 3.
Copper's turning 3?
He's turning 3.
Seriously?
Yes, my baby.
Wow. Well, we are celebrating, that's a lot in a family. Get a great daughter-in-law and a 3-year-old dog, right? That's a great thing. We do celebrate those things in our lives. Those are important things in our lives. I got my kitty, I got her on April 14th. That's what I know, and we celebrate those things in our life, don't we? Yes. Thank you. All right, anyone else?
I managed to turn 80 on the 1st.
Woo! Would you hand that to her, please? So, Peggy, I am so willing to be 80 like you. Happy birthday. Beats the alternative. We're grateful. We're grateful to have you in our family, and we are joyful to celebrate with you. Yeah. Took me a while to get here. Just took me a little while. Only about 80 years, I think, is probably about right.
When I first started attending here in September last year, everybody was just so huggy, and I didn't like it. And I would carry around a coffee cup, or I would do fist bumps, or I would come in late. Anything to avoid all that hugs. And now I feel so joyful being with all of you, and I just wish I could hug every one of you every Sunday.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid us sometimes, isn't it? It's hard to avoid us, and we also honor the fact that sometimes you do carry a coffee cup, and sometimes you're not in the mood to be hugged, and we honor that too, but we eventually get you. And Dixie is proof, and how blessed are we to have you, whether you're holding a coffee cup or not. We're grateful you're here.
Amen,
Thank you.
sister.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah.
Oh, I just want to add that Dixie has the best smile. It's like, her smile is like a hug. But,
Oh, see that? Take that in.
but I just was gonna, if we're saying birthdays, Mike's
Yes.
coming up. He's an August birthday.
Who is that, honey?
Oh, Mikey.
Mikey. When's your birthday? The 15th. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. You want to take it too? Thanks. Happy birthday. You know what I know about this? Miss Peggy and Miss Mike and Miss Sander, who hasn't said anything about her birthday, and birthdays are very important. The planet changed the day that each of you came here, and it'll never be the same. And we honor that time, and we're blessed to be sharing it with you. All right? So let's all say happy birthday. Happy birthday. She went, don't start that. No. Anyone else? Ah, there she goes. Now she finally came around. Here we go. That little introvert loves this extrovert in her life.
Since I was called out, I didn't want to talk because
It's all right.
last night I had the opportunity to spend the perfect evening. I, in over 10 years, have not celebrated a birthday. If things were going to hit the fan, it usually hit on my birthday, and so I just said, all right, I'm done. If it's just another day, it doesn't matter as much. And so I quit celebrating. And 50 was a big number, and I thought, well, it's all about doing new things and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And at about 5:58, it started at 60. I'm sitting doing a little silent prayer going, God, please let people show up. And I'd be super embarrassed, and then I'd already had a plan B, like, okay, I'm gonna go to a movie. Like, we're gonna just play it off. And people just kept coming. And I have to share something last night. I had a staff member from the restaurant we were at come and grab my arm. He goes, you all have to come back. You are the coolest people ever. We normally shut this down by 8 o'clock, and we shut it down at 10. They were like, you guys have to come back. You were so much fun. This was amazing. You really need to come back. So that energy of unity is just so powerful. And a very good friend got to come and spend the weekend with me, and I hadn't seen her in a year. And she was just astounded when I said, yeah, these are the people from Unity, and she's not a big box religion person.
Church kind of gal.
And she went, I wish there was something like this near me. And she just was so moved, and she's flying out, so she couldn't be this morning, but it was just absolutely amazing, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. So I'm filled with gratitude, I'm filled with emotion, and tomorrow I also, thanks to this prayer team, I get to start a brand new job, exactly what I asked for. Reading stories to children and organizing things. It's the perfect job ever. If they did yoga breaks and had a taco stand, it would be perfect. But this is as good as it's absolutely going to get because they pay me to do what I love. So thank you.
Ooh, I thought you were going to tell the joke, and so she had a joke to share last Sunday. We'll have to get it some other time.
Some other time. Oh, what? When I'm not here? We're celebrating you. Take a breath. Yeah. We're celebrating you. We see the light in you. And we're going to keep reminding you. And we're going to keep celebrating you. Thanks for being here. Truly, it's an honor. Yes. Sandra was pretty instrumental in some of those. Okay, yes, there's a piece of lint, and I'm going to pick it up. Okay. Sandra was pretty instrumental in some of those weeks with me being gone. She did a lot of work behind the scenes, and we appreciate her. All right. What did I do with that clicker? All right, here we go. Anybody else? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. So we are grateful that Spirit already knows any conditions or prayer requests that we may have. We see light around each and every condition and individual and situation. And now we extend that out beyond here. And we know that our consciousness holding light and good makes a difference. There is nowhere that we can be that Spirit is not. So for these requests and celebrations, these points of reference, we give great thanks. We say thank you, Spirit. Keep them coming. And so it is, and so we let it be. All right. I like being in this room. So, together, let's affirm unity principle. Number 1, there is only one presence and one power, active and present in the universe and in my life. And the short version is, God is. There you go. Can we get the lights in the sanctuary, please? Thank you for that. Matt, you're going to give me a little backup here. We're going to do some meditation. We have heard so many amazing things, haven't we? Do you feel the connection to that? Take a deep breath and really breathe into what you have experienced here now. We see ourselves in this room, safe, secure. Breathe again into the light that is within you. Breathing in and releasing. Spirit is right here, right now. So allow yourself to feel that safety and that comfort. Lay aside those things that do not serve you in this moment. We can come back to those, but right now, see the light within you. See how precious. See the beauty. Know the oneness. Experience that within you. Allow that to enfold you and all those hurtful, those confusing, those places of fear. Wrap it in light. The very light that you are by your divine nature. And feel the healing happen. And breathe deeply into this place now. And as we go into the silence, we see that healing wrapping our planet and holding it in light. And in this place of light, we remember. We remember the goodness, the wholeness, the perfection in each and every one. And we reach with our awareness to understand to hold dear and to see the divine light in each. In this, we are healed. We shall know peace. We shall know. We are peace. We are the knowing. And so it is. And so we let it be.
A ragamuffin with an edge. I was curious about everything I had ever seen. Living in a world full of broken dreams. You were my hero. You were my everything. And I was protected and I was safe. Not because you wore a cape or you could shift shapes, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me. Now I'm grown and you are gone. I miss your voice, I miss your grace. My universe holds your place. Now I find divinity in every face I ever see, and I just let it be. And I am protected and I feel safe. Not because you wore a cape or you could shift shape, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. And I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me. Divinity in me. Divinity in me beholds divinity in you. Divinity in me beholds divinity in you. Namaste, namaste. And I am protected and I feel safe. Not because you wore a cape or you could shift shapes, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. And I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me. And I am protected, I am safe. Not because you wore a cape or you could shift shapes, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. And I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me. Divinity in me.
So, Matt, I say, I don't know. This message is going to be about protected. And I said I had a couple of experiences. And then I actually ended up teaching. Hello. I actually ended up teaching a couple of sessions at Namaste Village. And they do the daily word every morning. And the particular Friday morning, one of them that was handed to me, the word was protected. And I said, all right, what's the spin on that? Right? Because that just, I was thinking, where's that going to go? And then I just need to get out of the way. So I tell Matt, I said, I think I've got some more work to do with that. Other than that, just that little 10-minute session that I did in Mexico. And I said, what do you think? He said, I think we could write a song. Round of applause. And a song did get written. So take a deep breath. Can you take a deep breath? Now take one for me. Can you feel the doors of your heart open? Can you feel yourself remembering that you are protected and held in the light of God? By this awareness, we are protected. I'm going to say that again. It is by this awareness that we are protected. Now, I know, I see some eyes that might want to roll. Yeah. We'll come back to those yeah buts. You know, I just returned, as you know, from Ajijic, Mexico. I was at Namaste Village. It had a unity church inside of it. Do you think I was with my peeps? Well, they're my New Mexico peeps. All right? And I got a lot of advice getting ready to go to Mexico. Well, first of all, people had to give me a lot of advice about vacation because they thought maybe I might not remember how to do it. Yes. They were wrong. I figured it out. I appreciate your prayers around that. And in preparation for the trip, you know, you hear, well, of course you always hear, don't drink the water. Okay. And, you know, keep your money close and, you know, don't go out alone and da. And I am not saying that those are not good pieces of advice. I'm not saying that. But I want you to consider if they are good counsel. Is it good guidance? And so I tend to go, nah. Anybody gets a hold of me, they're going to beg me to let them go. You know? You know, doing that old Midwest farm girl thing, right? And kind of dismissive, probably, in my way. So as I'm sitting in the airport, you know, 2 hours early or whatever that looked like, I got, you know, you get the opportunity to kind of start, well, I was supposed to be winding down. That took till about Thursday. But I figured it out. And so I started thinking about this whole protection thing and the things that, you know, that we give counsel on and how we should protect ourselves in the world. And I am certainly not saying that we shouldn't. You know, the definition of protection is to keep something or someone safe. And as you break the word down, the original word in Latin was proteger. Yes, I even had Google tell me how to pronounce that. All right, proteger. Pro means being in front of. Ger means to cover. I thought, okay, to be in front of and to cover. That makes sense for protect. The Course in Miracle reminds us that as humans, we tend to constantly strive to protect ourselves, right? It's natural. We're built to survive. And you know, the world has some stuff going on out there. I'm not saying wander around like a doodah and step out in front of a bus. That's not the kind of protection we're talking about. That's not what we mean by living from a consciousness of being protected. It's natural that we would defend ourselves, that we would protect ourselves, that we would have an awareness around us. Now, come on. How old am I? 64. Somewhere along the way, I must have got the message of knowing how to protect myself, or I wouldn't still be standing here. And all that awfulizing that we do in our lives and in our minds must not be near as awful, or we wouldn't still be standing here. So somewhere along the way, there is protection, and there is a consciousness of protection around us. That's what I'm saying. to not protect ourselves and yet to know that we are infinite in our expression is not the combo. To be present to the infinite of our expression and our divine nature and hear the guidance and the counsel of how to protect that. So now we're not talking about buses anymore, are we? What we're talking about are our hearts and our souls. Yeah, I love it when people start going like this. We're talking about how do I live in this world that offers up a lot of opportunity to be afraid and all the noise. There's a lot of noise here. I didn't even know it until I got someplace that it was quiet. And suddenly I could tap into knowing that I am safe, that I am held in the light of God. Now I know. Okay, so let's say there's a tiger after me. Am I just going to affirm that I am held in the light of God and I'm going to be okay? No. I am probably going to run and find somewhere to hide. And then I will also affirm that it's the best hiding place that's available because my divine self is going to find my highest good. Of course, it's the integration. It's that fine line that we run. How do we live in this world, but not necessarily of this world? How do we do that? And if we answer the question that Einstein said was the most important question that we could answer, and you guys hear me say this often, he said the most important question for us to answer as human beings is, do you live in a friendly universe or do you live in an unfriendly universe? And when you make that decision, you will start to move from there. Do you think you might respond differently if you always think you're in an unfriendly universe? Do you? I do. I felt myself getting a little pensive, going through security. What if they don't like me? I did put all my liquids in that bag, right? Completely forgot that I really do know how to travel, and I do know how to pack a suitcase, and I do know how to get through security. Never met a security guy you couldn't talk out and letting you in, right? But I could feel that happening. I could feel that happening in that moment. I could feel that tightening up of my knowing. Yeah, don't make my best decisions like that. So I get through security and all is well, and they liked me. And all was well, and so we just kept moving. And as I started to think about that decision, do I live in a friendly universe or do I not? Because, you know, this stuff that I teach, I don't just teach it, then I have to live with it. I don't know if any of you take these messages and you take them home and you noodle on them a little bit and you kind of move around in them and you kind of see where your life plugs into that. But I have to live with them because there's a YouTube out there that says I said it. And I had to ask, Penny, do you live in a friendly universe? Okay, take a breath, I say. And I start taking a breath. So then I get into Mexico and I get into Ajijic and it's fabulous and I'm in Namaste Village and I noticed the first few days I'm not going out beyond Namaste Village. I'm not going out into the community. That was interesting because, you know, I'm such an introvert. Right? And I noticed this was my behavior. So I went out. I bought a dress. Woo-woo. I also bought vegetables, and I have a story about that. So I go into this little tiny slot of they call it a store. And I go in and I pick this big bag of, I get all these beautiful, I mean, they were beautiful vegetables. They still had the dirt on them. My kind of vegetables, right? And I'm thinking, oh, this is awesome. So I get my big bag of vegetables and I go up to the gentleman. And he says, 32 pesos. Okay. So I get in my secure little bag and I get out my pesos and I hand him 400 pesos. Didn't he say 320? No, he said 32. And I looked up as he was handing my pesos back to me. And I looked in to his face. And the only thing I saw was light. I could see his divinity seeing my divinity. I could see the good in him recognizing the good in me. And I was protected. I was safe. I was safe, and it was a bag of vegetables. Looking into his eyes and seeing that light and that knowing. And he said, 32 pesos. I was protected. I was in Mexico. He didn't speak a word of English, and I really don't speak a word of Spanish. I know. 50 years in the Southwest, and I don't speak a word of Spanish. That's on me. But I was protected. It was the same thing that I experienced when my grandma would look at me and she would see the light in me. She would know me to be the divine being that I am. I was safe. Don't you see? That's how we are protected. We see the divinity in ourselves and we see it in each other, and we create this place of absolute safety that covers us, that blesses us. Now, you still can't step out in front of a bus because gravity works. But you can hold in consciousness, in the knowing of who you are, that you live in a friendly universe. Every time you're willing to see your own divinity and the divinity in the people around you, you create your own protection. You embolden the good that is within both of you and all of you. You invite it to express into the world. You do. I think that's cool. We have that power. You want to feel safe? Protect yourself against your negative thoughts. I mean, really. You want to feel safe? Stop all that garbage up there. And let the divine of who you are express. Get over yourself and all that negative crap stuff. Get over it. Let the divine express in you and see it in the other people, and you have created all the safety you have ever needed. And do you think that you might make better decisions and you might be faster to know the right things to do next if you're in that consciousness rather than out there in wherever that stuff is? See, that's the deal. Our divinity is our safety net. And you know, have you guys ever gone into like a Word document and it says protected view? And until you say enable or disable, nothing can change because it's in such a lockdown mode. You can't even change the word and. I learned that this morning. And when you button yourself up so afraid to let your light shine and to not see that in each other, go ahead. I will guarantee you, you are going to be afraid. And you're going to be scared. And you're not going to remember that you are protected. Go ahead. Do that. Ernest Holmes said this, and I've used this quote so many times, and I'm going to keep using it. Let every thought of doubt vanish from my mind, that I may know the truth, and the truth may make me free. The truth will make me free, and the truth is that we are divine children of God, and so is everyone else. Let's just remember that. Let's use that for our security. Let's use that for our backup. Let's remember that. This man was so precious. And he told me his name 3 times, and I can't tell you what it is. Because I was so darn safe, I really didn't care. What I knew is that I had a friend, and I knew there was somebody in Mexico, even if it was only one of them, that saw the light in me and saw the good in me. He treated me the way I wanted to be treated, and he treated me the way that I would be willing to treat the people around me. I think they call that the golden rule. And I think that's where we're protected. I'm pretty darn sure, actually, at this point. It's only your awareness. It is only your awareness that needs protection. Hear me. It is only your thoughts. It is only those things that separate you from your divine expression that you need to protect yourself from. And you know, it's just like Matt's song. That man wasn't wearing a cape. He was wearing an apron. Of course, some of my favorite people in the world wear aprons. His cape was an apron. He showed up as a hero in that moment. Now, does that mean that the next person in Mexico might be so kind and might see that in me? Maybe not. But you know what I could do? I could see it in them. And it might just give us a little bit to think about when we can stand and be that when they aren't. You want to be protected? Do that. Do that. Psalm 23 says this, and metaphysically, the Lord is your divine expression. It says this, your divine expression goes before you to prepare a table before your enemies, and you will dwell in the house of your higher consciousness all the days of your life. God's got this. God's got us. And like I say, I don't care what you call it. Just call on it. And give great gratitude that you are the light that you are. And be present to that, because you're going to show up as such a much smarter human. You're going to make such much better decisions. And you're going to model all around you that you truly can live in a place that you believe it's a friendly universe. And you know, if all of this is just hooey, you know, if all of this means nothing, that's all right. I'm okay with that. Because you know what? If it's just hooey and it doesn't matter, then I guess it doesn't matter. And I'm going down. I am going down with light, and I am going down with love, and I am going down knowing who I am. I am going down to be the expression of the divine expression that I am. Come on, if it's just hooey, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. And I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it in every next encounter you have. I highly recommend that you remember that the way to feel protected is to know your own divinity and then to see it in every other one. And I mean every other one. We don't get to write an exception list, folks. Let's be true to who we are and what we can see. I say, God's got you. God's got you. And this community is here to remind you that God's got you. I think that's enough. Namaste.
Penny, I wish you would have shared that hooey thing with me. That would have been the song. So we're going to sing that. I'm going to sing that one again because, I don't know, just because. I asked Penny, I said, can we just do that twice? A ragamuffin with an edge. I was curious about everything I had ever seen. Living in a world full of broken dreams. You were my hero, you were my everything. I was protected and I felt safe, not because you wore a cape or you could shift shapes, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me. So Penny's grandmother was her person that saw her light when she was little, and that's where that song is really from Penny's perspective. Now I'm grown and you were gone. I miss your voice, I miss your face. The universe still holds your place. And now I find divinity in every face I ever see, and I just let it be. And I am protected and I feel safe, not because you wore a cape or you could shift shape, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me, divinity in me, divinity in me beholds divinity in you. Divinity in me beholds divinity in you. By the way, I learned that that's actually the definition of namaste. I didn't know what that was. So namaste, namaste. I feel protected, I feel safe, not because you wore a cape or you could shift shape, but you saw the light in me way before I ever did. I was just a kid. Somehow you could see divinity in me, divinity in me.
I know, deep breath, huh? Matt Devlin, folks. How many people here have ever written a song in the week that you were going to perform it in front of a room full of people? Matt Devlin. Yeah. That was a good one. That's a good one. All right, here we go. We're going to prepare for our celebration of abundance. I just got to say this, and I know you've heard me say it before, but I really do have the best seat in the house. Every one of you, I should have you parade up here and just look out into the room. But then there would be nobody in the room, so that really won't work. Yeah. So giving does not only precede receiving, it is the reason for it. It is in the giving that we receive. I'm so excited to have you here, Emerson. So we appreciate our YouTube viewers. Let's wave back there at them, at the cameras. Thank you for, round of applause. You know, we have a lot of people actually hitting our channel, right? Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's kind of a cool deal. And then because I got to deliver the message at Namaste Village, and I guess that had never been done before, now we've got lots of people hitting our YouTube channel that hadn't hit it before. So we're blessed. We're blessed. Yes, we are. And he's got about 50,000 followers, so there you go. So let's bring those baskets down here. Here we go. It's so cool to be us, isn't it? And together we say, together we are abundance. We co-create and express this through our giving. We are blessed. Thank you. Yeah, so go on out there. Again, we want to thank Katie Pierce and her husband David for sponsoring the music today. We appreciate that. While we're doing this, I also want to remind you, look at this. I love this. See, I want that energy, right? Yeah. Well, I'm close. But so what is it? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, August 7th. We're going to be back at Sombrerros. We had so much fun. How many people got to be there last time? Was it fun or what? Yeah? We had a lot of fun. I'm there from 10:30 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. So you can have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or anything in between, and I'll be there. And everything that you purchase that day at Sombrerros, whether it's to go or dine in, 30% of that comes back to the community. How fun is that? And we just have a good time. So we appreciate you coming out for that and supporting us. We're going to keep doing this. It's just so much fun. And you know what? We made a little money. So that's a good thing, too. I want to remind you that clean your closets. I loved what Sandra said last week. Didn't she say drop your drawers at Unity or something like that? I said, there we go. Next year's campaign title. I bet we'll get some attention with that. So we're going to clean garages and closets and all soft clothing. Soft shoes also, like soft tennis shoes, things of that nature. I jokingly said, you know, you could put rocks in the pocket because we're getting paid by the pound, but that probably wouldn't be right. But so linens, towels, all of that stuff. All of that kind of thing. So bring it in. And if you can't get it here on a Sunday, you call the church and we'll figure something out with you. So we are going to be collecting those until the end of August. Bring those baskets on down here, kiddos. Round of applause for our gatherers. And again, I do want to say thank you because there were a lot of people that made this all happen and they did a great job, didn't they? Round of applause, didn't they? Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Trina. I'm going to miss names. I better not do that. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. And here we go. Let's stand as we bless these gifts. How about it? Yeah, it feels good to stand up, doesn't it? Here we go. Thank you for these gifts. We are grateful. Unity of Flagstaff expresses its abundance through your generosity. We are abundant, and so it is. Have a great week, my friends. And I wanted to tell you, we are no longer going to call it the prayer for protection. We're going to call it the prayer of protection. Because we are protected. Here we go. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Create an amazing week, my friends. Thank you.